Hi, let's talk a little bit about how to lie. Not many people go through a consideration about how and when to lie. There's a need to measure the impact, which is the negative consequences, against the gains, what you stand to gain. And not only what you stand to gain, but what others stand to gain. To do that calculus of who loses and who wins, can you make sure that the people you need to gain will actually gain? And is the impact, the negative consequences, the loss, is that morally acceptable? It's important to think of this in terms of who gains and who loses. I don't think a lot of people look at it this way. In a white lie, we know this. We know this inherently, which is that if you tell a small lie that makes people feel good and doesn't have a negative outcome, then it's not so bad. If somebody wants to know something that's going to hurt them and you lie, there's an additional level to this. Because whether you realize it or not, or sometimes you don't realize it or you're not considering it when you should, you might be stopping somebody from growing by holding the truth from them. Or you might be holding a truth from them that doesn't provide any benefit whatsoever. If you hold feedback about bad behavior from somebody in order to create a socially amenable atmosphere, then someone doesn't have an opportunity to learn, doesn't have an opportunity to grow. But you might do this in order to stop drama, which is fine because you've made this decision to lie about it. But the calculation changes if somebody is already on their way out of the social circle and they ask for honest feedback. Why doesn't anyone like me? I'm not going to come to any more of these outings because nobody seems to like me. Why doesn't anyone like me? Lying at that point, that's only for you to avoid a conflict. I don't think that's very good. So, I don't think you should lie if you care about the relationship that you have with somebody. I don't think you should ever lie when you're looking at something that's only for your gain. And the reason why you don't lie if it's only for you isn't necessarily because it's selfish from an ideological standpoint. It's because if you are lying for only yourself, then when the lie comes under scrutiny, there's nobody else in your social circles who is going to look the other way or play along. Because nobody else has anything to gain. That's how you get called out. And you certainly should never lie to people who are trying to help you. Because that's just a dick move. If they're trying to help you and you lie because you're worried that they might think less of you or you might get in trouble or, I think this should go without saying. You need to be able to identify the people that are actually genuinely trying to help you. And if they're actually trying to help you and you're lying to them to prevent them from helping you, you're doing yourself a disservice. And that's just low self-esteem. And you should know when you're exposed, when nobody else is going to turn the other way, no one else is going to help you, and it's just time to give it up. Because if you double down there, you're just not doing. It's not going to work. And when you're exposed, I hope that you know where the exit is. You should know at that point how you're going to extricate yourself from the situation. If you do not know how to extricate yourself from the situation, you shouldn't have lied in the first place. So, this is all to say that I think if you are going to lie, you should probably be a little bit more thoughtful about it. What does that mean to you? How are you thoughtful? Please don't lie on the internet. That's illegal. Hope it helps.